Good day, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Okay. First off, I want to start by hoping everybody had a good Thanksgiving and the cops haven't kicked in your door for having too many people over, dragging you out, kicking and screaming, sending you to jail, giving you a $1,250 fine and up to 30 days in jail. Yeah. That's what some states are doing. So, if they haven't done it, that means most of the police are not listening to the government's stupid mandates, saying what's the law, what's not the law. Because honestly, you'd think cops would know what is the law and what's not the law. So, if y'all had a great Thanksgiving, I hope you have a great Christmas too. See, my Thanksgiving, it was hectic. I had to call up a friend on the other side of town to break a few windows, set off a few alarms to get the police attention, so me and my family could park a few blocks away from my oldest daughter's house, sneak over through gangways, alleys, looking over our shoulder, making sure no one's watching us, and paying attention to what house we're going into, because we did not want our doors kicked in. Okay? But that was my day. Had a great Thanksgiving, though. Well, anyways, I'm going to mention the media with their propaganda. It's funny as all hell. Even other countries are noticing how biased our media is. Like the president of France. Israel probably thinks it too. Russia. England. Okay. There's a whole lot of misunderstanding about Trump and all that. He's not a racist, no matter what people might say. Just isn't. Let's see what else he is. He's not a politician, so he's more likely not to lie to anybody. He's brutally honest. That's what most people can't stand about the guy. Personally, I don't care. As long as he's getting the job done, that's what matters to me. And that's the only thing that matters to me. He is a boss. He's ran companies. He knows how to run companies. Right now, he's the president, so technically he's the boss of America. America is his company. He wants it to succeed. Okay? Biden, I don't think he's ever ran a company. So he really doesn't know how to make something really succeed. He's been in office, in politics for over 47, 48 years, give or take. And he's just skimmed by, going with the flow, don't cause any ripple effects, and all that other good stuff. He's not outspoken. And then I hear in Pennsylvania, okay, they counted over 604,000 votes in 90 minutes, and 3,200 were for Trump. Mathematically, that's impossible. Even in a state that's probably all Democrat, it would still be impossible. Because you would have somebody voting for Trump, even accidentally voting for Trump, like first-time voters, accidentally hit the wrong thing, go move on to the next page. But it just goes to show how fraudulent our electoral voting is. We need to be more like some other countries, like Canada. Paper ballots. One person or people sit there and count them, while they have somebody from every party observing their counts to make sure nobody's cheating. That's the way we should do it. And this whole massive mail-in voting is really stupid. If you can go to the store and buy groceries, you can go to the voting poll. Okay? If you're disabled or really sick, sure, request a mail-in ballot. Okay? I'm curious exactly how many mail-in ballots were sent to people that didn't even request one, that just received them. So, hell, they filled them out and sent them back. You know? Because I've heard a lot of stories about people going to the voting poll and weren't able to vote because they'd already voted in a mail-in ballot. How is that possible? And, you know, hear a story or two is one thing. Okay, could be lies. But when you hear about thousands of them, even in my small town where I live, which is mostly all Republican, we do have Democrats that live here. So yes, Biden did get some votes in this town. Okay? I've heard of like a couple of incidents where that happened. But I'm hoping that Pennsylvania flips. Hoping it goes to the Supreme Court. Because I just want to see Trump get reelected, finish his tour of duty, and then go home. Okay? Because, you know, if Trump gets reelected, in 4 years, Pence will probably run for president. Personally, I'm hoping Ted Cruz does. Mind you, because once I've started listening to his podcast, I realized how kind of down to earth the guy is. And his ideology is pretty much the same as mine. But, make a long story short, we need to get over this pandemic, okay? One way or another, we need to get over it. Because this country has gone to shit pretty much. And it's going to get worse, especially if Biden becomes president. And I know they keep saying he's president-elect. Technically, he's not the president-elect until December 14th, when the Electoral College votes. And that's going to be interesting to watch, to see how they vote. Because, mind you, in some of these swing states where it's massive controversy on the fraud and the cheating with the votes, technically, by law, the Electoral College can vote any way they want, because they're not sure how their state really did vote. But all in all, it's going to be fun to watch. Truly fun to watch. But again, about Thanksgiving, I really had a great day. Lots of turkey, mouth-watering, juicy turkey. Butter beans to remind me of the good old days back in Alabama when I was a kid with my grandmother. My wife makes them just the same way she made them. And it, how you word it, makes my mouth water, literally. I can't get enough of them because it brings back a lot of fond memories for me. And I hope every single person out there who's gone to Thanksgiving or Turkey Day, however you want to call it, had the same experience, you know, old recipes that remind you of when you were a kid. But to say all this other stuff about politics, the media with their propaganda, the far left with their socialist agenda. Oh yeah, I also heard Biden isn't picking Bernie Sanders, or I should say Colonel Sanders, or Elizabeth Warren to be in his immediate circle, because he says they're more important in the roles that they're playing right now. That's a good way to keep them away from Biden. See, Biden's not as stupid as some people, portray him to be. He actually does have some brains up there. Mind you, he stumbles over his words, partially because of his stuttering issue, which I commend him for overcoming, because I'm pretty sure it was very difficult for him growing up with a massive stuttering problem, because kids can be cruel sometimes. Let's see what else we got here on the agenda. I'm hoping Georgia flips too. Pennsylvania. It would be funny if California actually flipped. That would be hilarious. And that's pretty much all I have on the menu today. But I'll be back tomorrow with some more wild stories about politics, some personal life stuff. Okay? So I'll be signing off. I hope all of you have a good holiday, ate enough, and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you later. Bye.